Good evening. There's been a 150% increase in the number of court applications to remove children into care over the last 9 years. It comes as councils say they face rising caseloads and tighter budgets. Our social affairs correspondent, India Pollock, has been speaking to one mother whose child was removed 3 years ago. Her words have been voiced by a member of the production team.
You think, oh, they're professionals, they know what they're doing, we leave it to them, I better do what they say. I don't want to inflame the situation. So I turned to my son and said, it's only for one night.
At least that's what Sarah thought when social workers turned up at her home one evening 3 years ago. They were concerned about allegations of drug use, something Sarah strongly denies.
He took a few things, his teddy bears, his pyjamas, then off they went. I was made to sign a handwritten piece of paper just stating that it was only for one night, but he never returned. That was 3 years ago.
Social workers from Monmouthshire County Council took the boy to a family friend to stay the night. They turned him down, so they had to find someone else at very short notice.
When you've had a child his whole life, and then that child isn't there, you're just lost. You can't function. You don't know what to do.
Sarah wrote to the Ombudsman, who upheld her complaint. He said that while it was appropriate to remove the child, the way it was done was inadequately planned and poorly executed. He said the failings in the case gave cause for grave concerns.
It feels like a nightmare. Every day I just hope I'm going to wake up. It seems like it's a bad dream. I hope he comes home. I'll do everything I can to get him home.
Sarah says she wishes social workers had supported her before it got to the stage where he was removed. In his report, the Ombudsman said because of the council's poor record keeping, there was uncertainty as to whether they could have done more sooner. Monmouthshire County Council says it accepted the recommendations made by the Ombudsman and says children's services is an absolute priority for them. In Wales, there are almost 6,000 children in care. Over the last 9 years, there's been a 149% increase in the number of court applications made to remove children from their families, from 422 in 2008-09 to just over 1,000 last year. And now councils say the current demand on children's services isn't sustainable.
The system is very near at crisis point, and unless we significantly look at the resources available to children's services in Wales and the important early intervention methods that we take to try and prevent children coming into care, then we're going to be in serious trouble.
Experts say the reasons for the rise are many and varied.
What we know is that local authorities are not bringing cases that are less serious. The population of children has increased. We are bringing more cases for older children because of child sexual exploitation, when that was very unusual, say 10 years ago. And actually both drug abuse and abuse of alcohol is more common, alongside domestic violence.
The Welsh Government says it recognises the pressure being placed on local authorities, and that's why it's taken action to strengthen early intervention to support families to safely care for their children and reduce the need for them to go into care.
India Pollock.